Okay. Okay. So after like the first 20 or 30 moves, I thought you were tricking me because you were playing. Your opening was like perfect for the first 30 moves.
Oh,
I was losing, actually,
oh.
at the beginning. I was like, is this guy tricking me? Okay. So, first of all, are there any like particular spots in the game that you want to go over, or
Yeah, definitely. I would like to go over that invasion that failed and my group died
um,
on the bottom.
this one?
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Um, okay. So,
But
t
maybe we could like go from the beginning
yeah, sure.
and
Okay. So, this is all pretty normal, and the jump.
yeah, but this fight wasn't probably very good.
Oh, there was one mistake here.
hmm
Well, I don't know. So I know that the Joseki or the pattern or whatever is that black pushes here.
Okay, I
It,
actually didn't know the Joseki.
oh, well, you got it perfect up to here. So
Okay.
black usually pushes at N5, and then it depends on the ladder going in this area. Um,
Mm.
so the strongest way for white to play is to descend at R2. I don't know if you ever saw it's like the Lee Sedol broken ladder game where he like plays out a broken ladder all the way across the board.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a pretty cool game because you rarely see a professional play out a broken ladder like that. But it was because I don't know. It was complicated, but it's a really cool game. Um, let's see. Oops. Okay, so this is like the pattern and the ladder. Uh, it depends on whether these two stones can be captured.
hmm
So let's see. Oops.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
means it'll be. Oops. Oops. Um. How? Oh, I thought I'd be really cool and like just draw the stones in like this, but
No problem.
anyway, I think the ladder is good. We can see the ladder is going to be good for black, right?
Yeah, right,
Because it's
right,
going right
right.
there. So because of that, white can't play R2, and white should just play S4 to fix the
Mm.
cut. Um, anyway, that's um, the main takeaway is that this N5 is really important because it looks like R2 is not really bad because you get the corner, but
Ah, but I
it
didn't play it.
yeah, if I were black, I would still um, I would probably play this to make sure my group was alive,
Mm.
and then jump. Does this work? Oh, that might be a problem. Maybe this one, like you played in the game. Um, so the exchange basically is that black gets the corner, but white gets this. Whoops. Uh, pretty nice influence in the center.
Yeah.
Um, so this one, and then here. So I like the pincer, because if you just answer, then your Q8 stone is going to be completely separated. So
Yeah.
I like the pincer to it makes a base for your group on the right, and it also attacks white's R14 stones. And then have you seen many patterns with when white plays the double approach?
No, I haven't really played it much, so I try to avoid it.
Okay.
So, but I know basically this is one of the most one of the options, right?
Yeah.
the move that I played. I'm not sure whether building that wall was okay. I maybe should have gone from the other side. I don't know about this.
Um, so the
Could
other
I
way,
block
uh,
at art? Yes, that's what I mean.
so black can block this way, and um, then black can either block here
Yeah.
or play here. Um, I thought the direction you chose in the game, I thought it was good because after this, um, your K16 stone is placed in a really nice location. Like you've got this wall, and you already
Yeah.
have a nice extension from it, and also, so after this, white plays there. So you already couldn't really make. If we go back to here, um, white has a really nice influence in the bottom right. So it's a lot more difficult for you to make points on the right side than to make points at the top.
Mm.
Because if you, like if we go the other way, like let's just say black blocks, um, it's harder to make points on the right because white can invade really easily somehow. Because white has the influence here to support it. So I thought the direction you chose was correct because it's more difficult for white to invade on the top. Um,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
okay.
This was kind of weird. Maybe I should have just played free.
Oh well, this is fine. This is a normal way to approach when white already has the enclosure. But let's see. Yeah, after this, I was thinking like I'm not winning. Like black has a really nice position on the top. But then you didn't know the continuation after this. So this is
Oh,
where so white pushes down here, and um, black can choose either A or B. A to take the corner,
okay.
uh,
Hmm.
something l- something like this. I don't know exactly,
Okay. Yeah.
but it's pretty small. Or
Mm-hmm.
black can go to the outside. This is much more common, um,
Mm-hmm.
and then can kind of settle on the lower side. But in the game, this hane, it basically turned into. So you said you thought maybe you should have just gone 3-3 right away. It kind of
Yeah.
turned into that, except if you played 3-3 immediately, you probably wouldn't play D2, right? You'd
Yeah.
push up,
Right. Yes.
and you probably seen this a lot.
Yeah. I know this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this way, gets the corner like 6 points or something. Uh, but in the game, so this one, um, so have you seen this shape before? Do you know the life and death of this shape?
I haven't studied it, but it's a call, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Ko is correct. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it was good that in the game we played it and it was a Ko, but I mean it's good to play the Ko instead of just dying.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so this jump, um, hmm.
Well, I didn't know what to do here. So I thought that maybe I can do some box-like shape, and I don't know, it could help me attack or not attack, but if Q17 would like to run, it would help me with closing it in or something
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to choose.
Okay. Well, okay. So let's look at the position. So, so your A group in the bottom right is fine. This is a Ko,
Okay, yeah,
so
I could
but
make
it's
it live.
it's probably too small to fix it at this
Mm,
point. Like you could just live with it, but that's only, I don't know, like 15 points or so, and it's still pretty early in the game.
Mm.
Um, so the move that looks really good to me um, would be probably here, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe black can be a little bit more severe and play the shoulder hit. Um, because the center of the board, like around this area, it looks really nice for black because black has a wall here, this influence, like everything. Black sort of dominates the center of the board. Um, so normally in that case, it's nice to sort of shut your opponent out and make it
Mm.
difficult for your opponent to jump in and reduce it. So with like G16, well, let's be a little bit milder. So
Right.
G15. Now it seems like this area around A is it's really tough for white to reduce, and that's a lot of points. Like if white, I mean, if black gets all these points, that's like like 20 or 30 points.
Mm.
To just jump though, white still has a lot of options, like this peep, and then I don't know, jump here and can kind of reduce.
Right.
So it looks like um, this move concentrates on only making points in the A area, and it
Mm.
doesn't really help the B area much. But this way, I think it's. Oh, this is so cluttered with all different letters and stuff now. But let's
No.
see. Da,
Yeah.
da, da. I think with something like G16, you can make points in A and B. It's a little bit farther away from A, but it's pretty difficult for white to live inside. I don't know. Maybe it's possible, but it looks pretty difficult. Um, hmm.
Well, not
Let's.
like my move helps with killing that stone if you played those moves.
Right.
So it actually didn't help that anyway. So
So
right.
this, and then cut. Hmm.
Hmm.
So okay,
Maybe I should have sacrificed those two stones, right?
maybe yeah. You could play this Atari and push
Right.
and give the two stones away. So it looks like, oops, number two. Looks like white gets about 10 more points, but
Hmm.
now your center looks like this area and this area. It looks like basically solid territory at that point. So maybe that's okay. Um, but I think if you want to move out and fight, you should definitely play one Atari first.
Uh-huh.
Um, because now when white turns, hmm, I would want to play this maybe. And it looks like, hmm, basically when white gets to play this extension, then it's really difficult to handle
Yeah.
because white can jump or can play A to look to connect to 017, um, or white can jump or jump here. It's like white has a lot of options. But if you throw in this, I mean, if you play this Atari first, then hmm, it's a little bit more severe. It looks like white has to try this. And I think white. So this way you're like definitely going to lose those stones. So it's
Yeah.
still a
I was
sacrifice,
afraid about them.
huh?
Okay.
But maybe this way you can make the sacrifice bigger, but take a huge territory in the center. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea
Mm.
because this looks really big now. Hmm.
Yeah, at this point I was really afraid about those stones.
Mhm.
So that's why I played A all 10.
Yeah. Still, I think this fight is okay. Um, I was just trying to live. I just wanted to get out
Yeah.
somehow and live. Um,
And I wasn't really trying to kill you.
this one I think is the mistake though, because
Okay.
I think you need a move to help the A group.
Mm-hmm.
You kept playing. This is like um, so if you look at your groups, you've got the A group and then sort of like this B group, B, C, D. They're all kind of connected, or they're pretty close, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your A group is completely separated from everything. So definitely your A group is a lot weaker than any of the other stones. So that's why I think it makes sense to play a move to help that group.
Ah, okay.
Um,
Okay.
it looks
Because
like,
my idea was that, like this, I'm attacking that group. I thought that I'm not afraid about those stones on the right,
oh, okay,
and that I'm building territory. That
right.
was my idea, you
Hmm.
know.
So with this, with G11, you make, I don't know, you make
Not
maybe
many points. Okay.
like 9 points, maybe. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see. Let's just go ahead a little bit. So this is pretty painful. Okay, so black plays this, and so it looks like black can live. Um, so what you should compare is you should compare the territory you made at A with this B move. Compare it to how much territory white is going to make with this wall.
Uh-huh.
So white gets this nice wall facing this other influence. So if white can make more points in the C area than black was able to make in the A area, then it's probably not worth it. Like B probably wasn't big enough. Hmm. Does that kind of make
Hmm.
sense?
Yeah, I guess so.
Um,
I still somehow relied that I will be able to destroy the area around C,
mhm.
uh, but it
Yeah.
didn't work out.
Um,
I was maybe too hopeful.
also, it looks like white can probably play something like this, which is probably Sente, because it looks like black's eye space with the this A group is kind of small. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, you should be able to do something in that area. Um, let's see. So let's say white plays, I don't know, some really small move. To cut and move immediately. Hmm. It looks maybe it's a little bit too deep.
Hmm.
Maybe it would be better to play something like this first, and then you can make territory down here on the bottom. And if white still doesn't answer, then this cut actually looks really severe because it looks like white's A group is in trouble. Um, when you have this stone to connect to, then
Yes.
it's a lot easier to cut and reduce the area.
Okay, so I should have prepared before cutting.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
And also, J3, it also just makes you a lot of points down at the edge. It's not a small move. Um, so pretty valuable.
hmm.
Okay. This one. Okay. So you were really afraid about me connecting to 017. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. Huh. So I think like the proper defense is usually here. Um, hmm. In this case, looks like white could play the clamp, and then A and B are Miai.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. If I were black here, I would consider playing this. Um, and then basically you say, okay, if white wants to try to live inside, you can try. But
Hmm.
I don't think white should be able to live inside. Um,
Okay, I should try to kill it. Okay,
yeah, and
that didn't occur to me.
So then, so probably white will say, okay,
Yeah, okay.
I'll just take this. And then it's a pretty good result for white because white gets this Ponuki in Sente, but you keep all of the territory in your area. So I don't know. It would
Hmm.
definitely be better than the game where white got everything.
Right. Right.
Huh. Okay, the cut and jump. And then this is the moment where if you imagine you already had a stone down here, it'd be so easy,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
then it's like no troubles at all. Um, okay, so here it's a pretty difficult fight still because I was worried that if black is able to push through and cut, um, it looks like A and B are both pretty weak. So I don't know. It looks a little bit scary. I was a little scared.
Okay.
But okay, so let's see. But yeah, there's not enough space inside to live. There's no
Yeah.
way to make two eyes, so the only chance is to push through and cut and try to make it a liberty race between the A group and the B group. But I think white should have a lot more liberties because white's group is just a lot bigger.
Yeah. Much more stones, and they
Yeah,
are spread across bigger areas. So.
yeah. So up until here, well, okay. So up until this point, I think the game is pretty good. Like I was playing and I was thinking, if this is 9Q, like when I was 9Q, I was playing so much worse than this. So it feels like the ranks must have gotten a lot stronger. This felt like 4Q or something. I don't know.
uh,
Um, but then yeah, this was pretty big, and then okay, so pretty difficult after this for black. Um, right. So you realize it's dead and played elsewheres. That's excellent. Yeah, and then you respond. I didn't know moves like O1 when I was 9Q.
uh,
That's good life and death.
I'm practicing a little bit
Yeah.
lately. I don't know if you use Android or
Yeah, I have
iPhone,
a
but
Android phone.
yeah, there is application GoAndroid. Have you heard about it?
No, I have one called Tsumego Pro.
Okay. GoAndroid, I think it pulls Sumegos from Go Guru,
Okay.
and there are also some reviewed games in that app.
So
And actually, this is a good opportunity for your viewers if they own an Android device. Yeah, go Android.
go
That's it.
Bendroid. Okay, got it.
So it's actually a very nice app,
Cool.
and I recommend it.
Excellent. It's got a creative name too. With what is it called?
Yeah, go
Um,
ban,
yeah, it's like when
go board.
right, you combine Goban and Android, and
Ah,
since the
okay.
AN is the same in both words, I can't remember, but there's a special term for that.
Uh-huh. Okay, I
Uh,
didn't know.
I can't remember. Sorry, I have. This is gonna drive me crazy. I just have to look it up real quick.
Go ban.
Two words combined. Portmanteau. That's it.
Okay.
Portmanteau. It looks like a French word, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. Um, yeah. So blocking at S10 is really big. Um, I really like that. Maybe it might be the time to
Hmm.
play this to make sure there's no ko, or maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if this is. I think that doesn't. Let's see. Still here? Okay,
Um,
so
Yeah.
Maybe
The
black
first
should
one.
just play b1 to make sure it's alive. Um, hmm. But yeah, S10 is really big to make sure that um, you have solid points in here, and your group definitely won't die. So the ko starts. Um,
Uh, this wasn't a threat.
okay, so here my reading was that it could get complicated because I thought block.
Yeah. Then
So
Okay. I thought you would actually play. Yeah. This is. Yeah.
I think it's going to end up like this one way or the other. Like
Yeah. I thought about the different order of those moves, but. Well,
um, so anyway, I thought it might get complicated after this cut.
mm-hmm.
But white should be okay still, even though it gets. I don't know if white plays this Atari, then have to come back here. I don't know. This it turns into the similar thing before, where it's going to be sort of a liberty race between A and B,
Yeah.
unless white can somehow manage to make two eyes. But so there's a. Let's see. Um, where was it?
Here, I should have like different
There
threat.
was something I was looking at. Oh, okay. It was this move.
Uh-huh.
So, how does white respond? I guess at this point, it doesn't really matter because these three are dead. But what I was looking at is if white fixes. It looks like it's threatening to push at B and cut A, right? So
Yes.
if white fixes this, then black can push, and then this is a double peep, which is difficult to deal with.
Mm,
It looks like a problem, right?
right.
But I guess white would be able to just fix it here. Um, because of this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So, anyway, so B8. Let's see. Is that.
Nah, I am ashamed of this move. I really should have chosen, for example, B14 if I wanted to play moves like this, right?
Oh, well, B14, that area is probably bigger, but B8 is sort of double sente. So I think it's definitely uh, not small for endgame. If you play this and white gets this, then you kind of have to respond, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the difference is like 6 points in favor of white in sente. So this is like 6 points reverse sente. So the actual value is like. Have you studied endgame very much?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So so reverse sente is like you know sente and gote, right?
Right.
Okay, so reverse sente is where um, it's a move that's sente for your opponent, but you play it first. So let's see. Um, okay, so
I think I know what you mean.
yeah,
Okay.
so in this situation, an endgame move oops at in the A area, it would be it's sente for black because black can play this monkey jump,
Mm-hmm.
which is sente. But for white, if white plays it, it's gote because black doesn't need to respond right away. So we would say that uh, white could play A and reverse sente, because basically you're denying a sente move to your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so it's more valuable than just a regular gote move. Like where's one on the board? Oh, like say R1. Oh wait, no,
Mm-hmm.
that's sente for white. Sorry. I don't know. If we just go farther in the game,
Yeah, like oh yeah, this one. This is
okay, so
too
this
low.
is 2 points,
Mm-hmm.
um, because white plays it, and white. Oh wait, is it? Black only gets 3 points here, and white gets. Oh, the numbers are wrong, but white gets 6 points, and black gets 3 points. Um, whereas if white doesn't play there, then black gets 4 points, and white gets 5. Um, so the difference is that's 4, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we'd say it's 4 points in Gote. Um, anyway, um, you played big endgame moves. Sorry.
Okay.
The like I would play the hane rather than just going down.
Okay.
Because immediately you get more points. It's a little bit bigger, and also um, if later on you still get this, which is sente. Hmm.
So you take more points from your opponent,
Yeah, when you
but it's go to
right,
or reverse center.
right. When you just descend like this, then I think white will answer, and your
Mm-hmm.
your profit isn't that big. And the big thing is that now this endgame move at A, it's sente for white, but it's gote for black. Whereas when you play the hane and connect, then an endgame move here is sente for black and gote for white. So basically, when you descend like this and white blocks, then at some point later on, white should be able to get this one because it's sente. Whereas when you play this one, at some point later on, black should get this because it's
Mm-hmm.
sente for black. Um, so it's a really big difference in points, actually. I think it's.
So the correct answer always in this kind of scenario is B15.
Um, well, I don't know about always, but
Okay.
usually, yes.
Usually. Okay.
Um, sometimes, let me think, it can be a little bit different. Um, but yeah, I would say usually the hane and connect is better.
Okay.
Probably like 8 out of 10 times. So I don't know. That's not super helpful, but um,
As a rule of thumb.
yeah. Okay. So the rest of it, yeah. So white gets this sente and this. I think. Okay. So respond here. Hmm. Yeah. Endgame, endgame, endgame.
But this was poorly read.
Yeah. Yeah, this was, I guess, should be here. And
But
then,
I lost those stones because I didn't save them.
yeah, you have to come back and fix
Mm.
at H11 at some point.
I didn't read that very well.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. So let's see. I don't know. It's the rest of the game was all just kind of small stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Um, hmm. Uh-huh. So I do like K16. I think it's a good point. And then this is so at this point black can play somewhere else. The I didn't mention that the hane and connect here
Mm-hmm.
is um it's really big move, but it's not urgent. So maybe at this point black could consider hmm,
G16,
yeah,
G15.
maybe something here. That
Mm-hmm.
still looks good. Um, or maybe hmm, I'd be interested to see how white would handle this cut,
Mm.
because it looks like black's A group is really stable, and so now this cut it attacks the two white B stones, and also there's this cut C now that white has to worry about. Hmm. So maybe if you want to fight, you could try that. Um, okay, and here. So I think uh, D2 is definitely a big move, but I think this one it'd be really nice to play here,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or even pushing here is not that bad. Or actually, maybe you could play this. Yeah, I like this, and then play here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because now this cut is not very. Uh, it's not nearly as painful. Because actually, it's a ladder right now that works for black.
Yeah, it does.
So kind of the key in the game was that um, I was able to play this one and
Mm-hmm.
then cut the two stones. So if black had been able to exchange, where was it? I'm getting confused.
So many
There,
branches.
yeah. Then
Mm-hmm.
the center looks really nice for black. Um, I don't think white would want to play this because if I were black, I would just jump here and, declare that the whole center is my territory. And then it seems like white has to do something, oh, sorry. One sec, I have cat problems.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sorry about that. Um, Beta says hello, by the way. Miss Beta, the
Hi.
kitty cat. Um, yeah, so I guess the main thing is that you built, um, like you have this wall, this stone. You have lots of moves for the center.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so if you want to, like, to stay consistent with your strategy, um, or like how the game has developed for you, it seems that this works to develop your center even more. Um, whereas this is D2 is definitely a big move to contest the corner, but it sort of neglects the whole board thinking.
Mm. Right.
And then let's see here. So maybe giving away the two stones is uh, maybe that's a good idea. Looks
Mm-hmm.
like Hmm. White gets a lot of territory on the right, but the center is really, really, really big. Or maybe you should play here still.
Yeah.
Um, okay,
All
let's
right.
see. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh yeah, and then I thought the game was still pretty good until this was, I think, a key moment where if you play this one, then white still has to jump, black can jump. I don't know. It actually looks kind of difficult for this white group to live.
Mm.
So maybe white would have to do this. Hmm. I don't really know what white would do. but but yeah, so I think this was probably like if you want to, I don't know. This is probably the biggest mistake. Not that
Mm-hmm.
it's not really like a big mistake because it still looks like a pretty reasonable move. Um, but this is like a really key point, helping your weak group and attacking white's weak group, playing something around K9.
Okay.
Because after
And then,
this, yeah, then
yeah,
it's really painful to get surrounded like this.
yeah.
Um, and oh yeah, so if something like this happens, like I don't know, whatever, we'll say that somehow white lives inside, then this cut looks really nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could think of it as so during this fight where um, oops, we've got the A group and the B group that are both weak. So you want to keep helping your A group, and then as the fight is happening, one thing you should keep in the back of your mind is the rest of the board. So this cut at E, if you keep that in mind and you play from this side, then you can think, oh, okay, now I got some strength, so now I could try this cut. Um,
I see.
and then it looks like black can actually make a lot of points on the bottom. Um, whereas in the game, white sort of got to fix it for free. Yeah. Um, okay, and then we talked about that. And then here,
Mm, yeah,
the other thing where if you play a move down here first, then it's a lot easier to reduce.
I
Um,
should have.
yeah, another way to think of it is so you play this cut, right? And extend, but with these two moves, what's the purpose? Um, like it's, can you make points with them?
No.
And yeah, and so if it's not a move that just directly makes points, then it should be attacking something or reducing something. So with these two, with this cut and extension, it looks like, um, you know, like you're still trying to fight with B.
Yes.
Um, so I don't know. Maybe it would be possible to play a little bit differently to save, um, but it's a pretty difficult fight. So, whoops. Yeah, if you play on the on the bottom first, then the cut is a little bit more severe. Or I mean, it's just easier for you to handle. Yeah.
So I guess the rule of thumb could be here that first make some moves that can help your attack later on, but do such moves that maybe even give you territory.
Yeah, those are the best kind of moves,
Yeah.
where it's like a multi-purpose move, where you make some territory and also um, you threaten to attack later on. Like, what is it? Um, like a really common opening thing is, I don't know, some shape like this,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, in the early stages of the opening, for black to play S16 is usually too small. Um, But a little bit later on, like in the early middle game, it becomes a really big move, and it's a similar type of move. I really like it. Like just recently, I realized how good S16 is. Um, so we know that like it makes all these points, right? So it
Yeah.
makes like 15 points in the corner, but it doesn't just make points because it also threatens to invade at A next. So if white plays somewhere else, then black can play this, and with this stone to support it, the invasion is a lot bigger, or it's a lot more
Mm-hmm.
painful. It's like black can get everything. Um, so moves like that, where you make territory and you threaten to attack, are yeah, those are the ones that are. You get a really nice feeling when you find a nice one like that. It's like, yeah, I got the really nice move. I don't know.
All right.
Um, okay. Yeah, and then the rest. I thought you got a lot of big endgame points. Like you got S10 and you got
Mm-hmm.
B8 and this one. Even though I think B15 would have been better, you still played the big move in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty impressed with the endgame. And you got S19. That's really big too. Um, so I think you have good instinct for endgame, or maybe you, uh, I don't know, studied it or whatever. Okay.
Uh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe I just have one more question. Maybe if you have some ideas that I could apply for my training, but
Hmm.
not some general advice like solve to Mega, but maybe something you observed from playing with me.
Yeah.
Maybe some area where I should get better, or I don't know, something like that. Like maybe my reading needs
Right.
some help, or I
Let's
don't know.
see. I'm trying to think. Well, I thought your opening was pretty strong, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe let's see. Hmm.
Or maybe there isn't anything in
Hmm.
particular
uh,
that
yeah, I don't know. I should be able
just
to
to
think
play
of
games,
something.
right?
Yeah. How long have you been playing?
Well, truth be told, I've been playing for 7 years, but I never played like regularly, or I did play regularly, but 6 years ago.
Okay.
And then I just visit tournaments here in Slovakia,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't trained, and I got to training this year because I got motivated on a tournament last December
Uh-huh.
where I actually was third uh, because it was a Swiss tournament. I don't know if you
Okay.
know the tournament
Yeah.
systems, and I played handicap games, so I was able to win those.
Oh, awesome.
So I got motivated, and also just the fact that I've been playing Go for 7 years, and my rating on EGF is like 11th Q
Mm-hmm.
because European ranks are a bit stronger than KGS
Yeah.
ranks. So
Hmm.
so I just started to
Um,
play recently last month to improve.
did you do you ever play or have you ever played chess?
I play shogi.
Okay. Um,
Do you know it?
so I know what it is, but I've never
Okay,
learned the
okay.
rules. But so one thing um, I've heard that this is sort of one of the reasons that computers. Let's see, where is it? This move. That computers are not as good at Go as they
Hmm.
are at chess and shogi or whatever. It's not just that the board is so much bigger, but so every stone on the board, you can't move it once you play it, right? It's
Right.
permanent. So um, I think in my own games, what I try to do is I try to whenever like so this is a opportunity where you have Sente, right? You can play.
Hmm.
There's nothing urgent, so you get to play whatever you think the biggest or best move is. Um, so I think it's really important to look at your stones that are already on the board and try to make them look better. um, like, hmm. Oh, like back here. Whoops, not that far back. When you block this way, after this whole pattern, your K16 stone was already on the board, and now it's in the perfect spot. It just looks beautiful, right?
Hmm.
Whereas if you block the other way, then now K16 is a little bit awkward. Like it's not
Right.
really doing much. So uh, so I would recommend, I guess maybe try to be more uh, cognizant, or try to think more about your stones that are already on the board, especially the two big moments were this moment where you've
Hmm.
got this A group already on the board, and you sort of neglected it to try to make points.
Hmm.
Um, and so after this continuation, um, all these stones are kind of useless now. Like they don't really. You make a couple points with them later on, but they're not. Uh, they're not like.
Right. Later than they're just attacked.
Yeah, like
Okay.
they had a lot of potential to be a
Hmm.
strong group, attacking group, but it turned into a weak group that was just barely trying to live. Um, so, and that's sort of similar here, but it's not as severe. Where if you block there and play this, then a move like this, all these other stones that are already on the board, it makes them all sort of like work together in harmony. Like
Hmm.
they're all working together really nicely.
Right.
Um, yeah, but I don't know. In terms of specific, I didn't really notice anything specific that was like, oh, Lukas should definitely
Right.
work
Right.
on this, or like this part was really bad, or I don't know. It was more, uh, I don't know. Maybe,
Mistakes in reading mainly.
yeah, maybe if we play a couple more games, then maybe I'll
That
notice a
reading.
pattern.
Right.
'Cause it's a bit difficult to tell. But yeah, I mean, your life and death was pretty good, especially the. Oops. Ah, what happened?
Don't know.
Uh, sorry. Where was it?
uh, right.
Um, sorry. Normally I can jump to one specific move. Okay, but this 01 was really nice
Hmm.
shape. Good life and death. Um, hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I can't be a little bit more specific.
No problem at all. I didn't expect much of a very, I don't know, great answer that I would suddenly, because of that answer, be like first dan. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Okay. Well, thank you
yeah.
very much for your time then.
Yeah. It
It
was my
was great.
pleasure. Yeah. Um, so if maybe I don't know. Hopefully, you learned something. So maybe
Yeah,
in a
definitely.
couple weeks, if you feel like you improved a little bit, then maybe we can play another game and see
That
how
would
it
be great.
goes.
That would be great.
Okay, so I learned it, but I already forgot. So okay, so we're speaking. So I should say dopotsutsia. Is that right?
That's when you are on a call, but like a phone call.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe a Skype call could be
Okay. What would
a
you
call
say
as that, but
just casually though?
we would just say ciao or ahoy or
Okay. Okay. I really
like
really like learning other languages, so I never looked at Slovak before, so it was kind of cool.
it's quite difficult, you know.
Yeah. I get intimidated by the all the little accents on top of the letters, like the
That's not the scary stuff. The grammar is.
Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. And then it's okay. So it's nighttime there. So, Dobru noc, is that right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Okay. Does it sound kind of okay?
I think it was actually okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want a difficult word?
Yeah,
Try
sure.
to say zmrzlina.
Zrzlina?
Yeah, close, very close.
I was trying to. There's a guy who from Russia who asked me for a
Hmm.
game review the other day, and so I wanted to say hello in Russian, and so there's like privet is like the
Yeah.
just hi or whatever, but then like the formal way to say hello is like здравствуйте or I don't know.
Здравствуйте, I think.
Yeah, you
I
can do
think
it just perfectly. I guess
it's
Slovak and
similar
Russian are a
language.
little
Yeah.
similar, but yeah, I the ZDR the
Yeah.
Zdra I can't do it.
Yeah.
So
Здравствуйте.
yeah, wow. I'm impressed.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce R very correctly, so
Oh, the like the English R?
yeah,
Oh, well, I don't. I mean, you sound great to me. Like I can understand you super easily. Like
uh,
I mean, you have some accent, but
yeah.
not much. Um, so anyway, um, yeah. So uh, yeah, I don't know. I guess we can probably play again in a little while once
Yeah,
you've
sure.
improved a little bit, and yeah, see how it goes.
Okay, thank you very
Um,
much.
yeah, and I should have this uploaded later today, so I can. Um, I don't know if you're. I guess maybe you'll just see it on my channel, or I could send
Yeah,
you
I'm
a link.
subscribed to your channel,
Okay.
so
Okay.
you don't need to send me. It's
Okay.
okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the game.
Thank you for
Um,
the game and for the review and everything.
yeah, it's my pleasure. I hope it helped a little bit.
Definitely did.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, ciao.
Ciao.
Oops, and I almost just set down the my headset and microphone without stopping the recording, but I should do that too, so that this doesn't go on forever. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed my teaching game with Lukas. If you have any comments or questions, um, please leave them below in the comments on YouTube. And of course, if you enjoyed this and you would like a teaching game or a game review of one of your games, please contact me and I would be happy to oblige and do what I can. Hopefully, my goal is always to just not confuse you more than you already are. So if I achieve that, then I think we both win, right? So, okay. Bye bye.